The arrival of spring with its extra sunshine is always a welcome boost. But for some of us, even the promise of warm days to come is not enough to lift our spirits. Depression can be a very real problem no matter what the season. Eileen Yates, the Executive Director of Senior Independence, an award-winning home care agency in Greater Cleveland, is here, along with David Schell, the Executive Director of Breckenridge Village not-for-profit retirement community in Willoughby. Whew, you both have these long titles.
Long titles.
Well, David, let's start with you first. What does your experience suggest about depression in adults?
Well, Lori, 1 in 4 older adults are misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed for depression, and there's a lot of things that we can look for, not only in ourselves, but as children or caregivers of someone, to look for changes in behaviors and patterns, some of the things that are occurring in personal grooming. Sometimes up on the, you can't sleep, and particularly sleeping a lot, and just changing the way that we respond to things. Eliminating social contact, and then probably worse is just total isolation.
Mm-hmm. And we hear about the winter blues. You know, even mild winter like we've had,
yes.
It's sad, but what are some of the is that a trigger and are other triggers for depression?
Absolutely. Seasonal affective disorder is one condition that occurs. There can be changes in our own selves and post-holiday blues, certainly the loss of a child or spouse, and then just the stigma with that. And sometimes there's also changes as a result of surgeries, of other life events that are occurring, and sometimes even the events in the world around us.
Yeah, that's for sure. These days, it seems. So, Eileen, in what way can Senior Independence step in and really help these older adults who are suffering from depression?
Well, Lori, Senior Independence is very pleased to be the recipient of the Home Care Elite Award, which is a listing of the top 25% of agencies throughout the United States. Some of the things that we can do is from a variety and a menu of services. We can stop by and make a meal for a person, knowing that people who suffer from depression oftentimes have very poor nutrition. We can accompany them on a walk. We can take them to an exercise class, knowing that endorphins can then be stimulated. We can also do a variety of services just around the house, chores, cleaning out a closet, helping to organize personal papers, things that make a person who's suffering from depression sometimes feel overwhelmed.
Sure. And you offer this to the general public. Do you also offer something at Breckenridge Village?
Absolutely. We offer a variety of services for wherever a person may call home, whether that is out in the community or at Breckenridge Village. And there we're able to adapt to a person's needs as they change and enable them to remain living in their own home. We can go in and develop a relationship with our personal care assistants, who are very carefully screened and highly trained, and in a very short time they have that confidence and that relationship that they're building.
And that relationship is important for people to open up and let them know what's actually going on.
Absolutely.
So what's the feedback been at your facility?
It's very positive, Lori. I think for the retirement community, residents are engaged and active in so many things, and there's a lot of support mechanisms, but sometimes it's just a little bit more, and a family member knows that that support is being provided, and certainly out in the greater community, a wonderful addition.
All right, that sounds great. So, my thanks to Eileen Yates and David Schell for helping us to see that there's a lot of help out there for our older loved ones. If you'd like to learn more about the Senior Independence Program, call 440-953-1256 or get in touch with Breckenridge Village by using the information that's coming up next.
To find out more, call Breckenridge Village at 440-942-4342 or visit their website, www.breckenridgeohio.org. Next, you don't have to lose everything if you go to a nursing home.